Chapter 171, The Dragon Horn. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. Facing Zhang Yuochen without speaking, Ziqian stared at him coldly with her clear and beautiful eyes. Zhang Yuochen frowned and said, "Maybe I didn't consider enough beforehand. I thought that you wouldn't mind." "Save it." With her lips pressed together, Ziqian put away her sword and continued, "If you were anyone else, I would definitely kill you. But since you've saved me twice, I'll let it go. What's more, I do mind." Indeed, Ziqian had made her point rather clear. She was telling Zhang Yuochen that she did mind if other men saw her body, but she would not mind if it was him. However, Zhang Yuochen did not get her implication. He smiled breezily and replied, "Are we still friends?" "No one wants to be your friend. I'm a killer from the black market while you are a genius of the school of the martial market. We are totally incompatible, and we will become enemies one day," said Ziqian coldly. Zhang Yuochen still did not get her meaning. Suddenly, he thought of another issue and asked seriously, "Who unsealed the purgatory of the Red River?" Ziqian also turned serious and replied, "The power within the black market is very complicated. It includes the killer's organizations like the Hades Department, schools of some heretics, chambers of commerce made up of businessmen from the black market, the Female Warriors League made up of prostitutes, and so on. The black market represents the dark side of the world that has countless forces. Even I can't list all of them. Every organization is a member of the black market. They are independent of one another, interdependent on one another, and hostile to one another. Each of them may send spies to the school of the martial market, and those spies must keep their identities strictly confidential. So I really have no idea who unleashed the seal of the purgatory of the Red River." Zhang Yuochen looked even more interrogative and confused. He asked, "Then why did the heretics from the black market force you to the corner of Rock Cave?" Ziqian said, "You've heard of the 4th level Dragon Cave, haven't you?" "What is that place?" asked Zhang Yuochen with doubt. "What? How can you not know?" Ziqian responded in surprise, "So you've never been to the 4th level Dragon Cave since entering the Qigong secret mansion?" Zhang Yuochen shook his head and answered, "I was secluding myself for refining." Everyone who went to the Qigong secret mansion was making the best use of their time to search for treasures, and yet, he spent most of his time refining. What was the point of coming to the Qigong secret mansion if he only secluded himself for refining? Ziqian gave Zhang Yuochen a cold stare and said, "The 4th level Dragon Cave was once the four-wing Earth Dragon's nest, and it was also the major battlefield of the war between humans and savage beasts. Many treasures were left there. So after entering the Qigong secret mansion, many students rushed to the 4th level Dragon Cave to search for the treasures." Zhang Yuochen asked, "How many of them have found the treasures now?" Ziqian shook her head slightly and answered, "It's not easy to find these treasures at all. The four-wing Earth Dragon is known as the saint of the savage beasts, so it left a huge amount of spiritual chi in the 4th level Dragon Cave, which gives birth to many powerful underground savage beasts. It's very dangerous there. Therefore, no one dares to go inside, so we can only search at the boundary of the 4th level Dragon Cave." Zhang Yuochen sighed slightly and said, "You guys are over-ambitious. No doubt it's hard to find the treasures left by a saint. Why don't you go to some places where the half-saints fell? Maybe you can find more treasures there." "Really?" Ziqian took out 3 three-leaf holy clovers from the spatial ring and said complacently, "I found these 3-leaf holy clovers at the boundary of the 4th level Dragon Cave. You can't find this treasure anywhere else." "Wait. How come you have so many 3-leaf holy clovers?" Zhang Yuochen took out an entire jade box full of 98 3-leaf holy clovers and opened it right in front of Ziqian. A fragrance of medicine emanated from within it. Ziqian's jaw dropped when she saw the box. She clenched her beautiful fingers together, held her breath, and asked, "Where did you collect all these 3-leaf holy clovers?" Zhang Yuochen closed the box and put it away. He said, "The entire Qigong secret mansion is full of treasures. Not merely the 4th level Dragon Cave is the sanctum to find them." Seeing Zhang Yuochen so proud of himself, Ziqian was a little displeased. After considering, she took out a palm-sized vessel and grabbed it with her hand. It looked similar to a dagger, but slightly different. There were some meticulous lines carved on the surface, making 3 bulges. The entire wear was very weird. I found this 8th level genuine martial arm at the boundary of the 4th level dragon cave. There are altogether 59 inscriptions on it. I was hunted down by Tiyun and others because they found me with it. Zikiane furrowed her long black eyebrows and said with a slight sigh, "But I still don't know what it is used for. It looks like neither a genuine martial arms for attacking nor for defense." Zhang Yuochen stared at the weird 8th level genuine martial arm with delight. He said, "I'll exchange something for it." "With what?" Zikiane looked up and stared at him. Zhang Yuochen took out the box with the 3-leaf holy clovers again and said, "With 23-leaf holy clovers." 23-leaf holy clovers? Zikiane was a little desirous. 23-leaf holy clovers would allow her to break through to the initial stage of the Earth Realm or even the mid-stage of the Earth Realm in a short period of time. A weird genuine martial arm meant nothing to her. Hence, it would be a great deal for her to exchange it for some 3-leaf holy clovers, which could improve her ability. 23-leaf holy clovers could be sold for 10,000 spiritual crystals in the black market, which was equal to hundreds of thousands of silver coins. Zikiane did not rush to respond. She thought about it for a while and bargained with him. 30. There you go. Without hesitation, Zhang Yuochen took out 33-leaf holy clovers and handed them to Zikiane for that weird 8th level genuine martial arms. Holding the 8th level genuine martial arms in his hand, Zhang Yuochen fondled it carefully. Then, he transferred his genuine chi into it and kept feeling the scent of this genuine martial arms. This was the first time that Zikiane ever saw Zhang Yuochen so infatuated with something. She suddenly felt that it was a losing proposition for her. "Zhang Yuochen, do you know its real use?" asked Zikiane tentatively. Zhang Yuochen nodded and told her the truth. "This is a key refined by a dragon horn. What's more, this dragon horn throws off the most genuine dragon chi. Thus, it must have been cut off from a dragon of a saint's level. Only the 4-winged earth dragon was in the realm of saints in the entire Omen Ridge. What you're saying is that this is a dragon horn from the 4-winged earth dragon." Zikiane widened her beautiful eyes and stared at the weird 8th level genuine martial arms, wanting to steal it back. That was a dragon horn of a saint dragon. It could be sold at a sky-high price in the black market. Zikiane was not reconciled and said, "Zhang Yuochen, this is the first time I find you to be a shameless person. How can you offer only 33-leaf holy clovers in exchange for my dragon horn?" Zhang Yuochen smiled slightly and replied, "That is how business works." It was consensual. "Don't worry. The dragon horn is actually a key to a certain door. If I find the door, I will definitely take you along to search for the 4-winged earth dragon's treasures. I won't mistreat you." "Zhang Yuochen, why are you two being so soppy? What are you talking about?" A soft voice shouted from a distance. The voice was like thunder, shaking the air of the entire underground world. A moment passed. Turning into a graceful shadow, Huang Yanshan flew over to the Monostorm using the step of the Royal Wind Dragon. Seeing Huang Yanshan suddenly appear, Zhang Yuochen did not hide the dragon horn. He said magnanimously, "I was 2 meters away from my junior sister apprentice Zi. How could we be soppy?" Huang Yanshan landed. With her long gown trailing along the ground and her fine jaw raised, she walked towards Zhang Yuochen. She sneered and said, "You said that you wouldn't mistreat her. Why would you say that if you had done nothing indecent?" Zhang Yuochen was speechless. Huang Yanshan glanced at Zikiane and noticed the oversized gown on her tiny body. She changed color and said, "Zhang Yuochen, how dare you quibble with me? Although our engagement is fake, it is still an engagement, and everyone knows that you are my fiancé now. How dare you disgrace me by hooking up with other girls?" Zhang Yuochen replied, "If you think that I disgraced you, you can ask the Cayenne's Yui Commandery Prince to call the engagement off now. I'm completely fine with that." Huang Yanshan gave an arrogant look and said, "When I said I'll cancel it in 3 years, I'll cancel it in 3 years. I'm as good as my word. By the way, what's in your hand?" Zhang Yuochen was disappointed by her refusal. Zhang Yuochen did not want to keep the dragon horn a secret from Huang Yanshan. After all, he could not pocket the treasure of the 4-winged earth dragon alone. He answered, "As far as I'm concerned, This is a dragon horn of the four-winged earth dragon. A dragon horn of the four-winged earth dragon? Huang Yanqian was surprised with delight. She stretched her beautiful hand out toward Zhang Yuochen and said, "I'll keep this important treasure for you. Since I'm more powerful, I can keep it safer." Zhang Yuochen would never give it to Huang Yanqian. He shook his head and laughed. "My senior sister apprentice Huang, do you really believe that you are more powerful than me?" Huang Yanqian's eyes became even brighter. She replied, "It seems like you want to exchange blows with me. Fine. If you can block my attack without being hurt, you can keep the dragon horn yourself. But if you can't block it, you must hand it over to me." She did not ask for Zhang Yuochen's opinion at all. In a second, a fierce storm formed around her body, turning into a huge tornado. Strong power gathered around her. After entering the Qigong secret mansion, Huang Yanqian also improved her cultivation greatly. She did not simply reach the initial stage of the Earth realm, but rather, she was about to break into mid-stage of the Earth realm. The strong wind power covered over 333 meters, making a loud whistling noise. Suddenly, Huang Yanqian threw a punch. Her speed was as fast as lightning, and it came in front of Zhang Yuochen in no time. Standing firmly in the storm, Zhang Yuochen slightly smiled and struck out 4 times at a very high speed. The 4 punches integrated together and turned into one palm print. It became 4 times stronger than before. Boom! 2 powerful forces clashed together, resulting in an ear-splitting sound. Zhang Yuochen and Huang Yanqian flew backward under the clash. It was a draw.